When you go back and think about in Kansas City when the voters had an opportunity to vote to help publicly finance a building for the Chiefs and the Royals, I told you that wouldn't pass because public votes never pass to give public financing or tax money to wealthy owners of sports teams. Obviously. And so many of you said, well, that must be it for public financing. And I said, no, of course it's not it. It'll never be it. Public financing of stadiums and arenas will always happen. You and I will be long croaked, and there will be stadiums that will be built with public money. We went through yesterday what happened in Arizona where the Diamondbacks got $500 million. Well, I got two updates for you. Pretty good ones. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns. God, they've been in the news a lot. Deshaun Watson, Jimmy Haslam, collusion, Pablo Torre, overpaid, fully guaranteed money, horrific waste, worst contract in the history of sports. I'm not so sure, but darn close. You've heard me do shows about the Cleveland Browns' new ballpark and how they're trying to move out of Cleveland. And do you remember when I told you about something called the Art Modell Law? The Art Modell Law, you may recall Art Modell. Hey, is it dark out? All right, let's get out of here. Let's move. Hello, Baltimore. WKRP in Baltimore. Well, the situation is they passed a law saying no one can do that anymore. You may not move out of Cleveland anywhere unless you offer to sell the team to local owners. But the law said that, the Art Modell Law, is that you can't move out of the city of Cleveland. And so the city of Cleveland is suing Haslam and his wife, I hope not his daughter, saying, you're violating this law. Meanwhile, they're moving to a suburb of Cleveland. Brook Park is not like moving to out of your hubbits. It's not like moving anywhere other than Ohio. Word came out yesterday that there was a last-minute change. God bless last-minute changes in state budgets. It's so good that you get a little teary because Ohio lawmakers put in at the last minute a little ditty about Jack and Diane. And what it said was that if a team moves out of Cleveland, but stays in Ohio, then there is no violation of the Modell Law. It amends the Modell Law. Instead of causing a problem if you leave the city of Cleveland, the problem is only caused by leaving the state of Ohio. How would that happen? Let me explain. When Jimmy and Dee Haslam, the owner of the Browns, saw that they were getting sued for violating the Art Modell Law, which they violated, there are several things you can do. You can cure the mistake you've made by putting the team up for sale and offering people locally a chance to buy, or you can go the legislative fix route. The legislative fix route is a good one because what judges say is, I got to apply the law as it is written in the legislative, all of the documents. That's the law. I'm here to enforce it and apply it, interpret it. This is pretty clear. But then if there's a change in the law and it becomes very clear in a totally different direction, the courts, they don't opine in the real world of three stools of a democracy. They don't look at the legislative branch and say, how could you do that? You're giving a gift to Jimmy Haslam. Why would you have done that? Does he have lobbyists? You bet your sweet Bippy. Is he donating money in order to curry favor in the legislature? You bet your Bippy. Why wouldn't he be? Normal. Every company's doing it. Every individual's doing it. It's allowed. There are laws that state you can lobby us. You can raise money for us. You can do all sorts of things. I may not do what you want. Wink, wink, but I may. So the Haslams get together and they start rolling over the city of Cleveland and they get the state legislature to make that change. And once it's approved by the mayor, which by the governor, 4869. And once it's approved by the governor, done, codified. Art Modell law, no longer city related, it's now state related. Bless their soul. They've made magic. Why am I excited? I'm excited because I take opportunities to criticize the Haslams all the time when they act like absolute dolts and sign contracts that would make you crazy, or when they tell you a deal's done when you know it's not. This is a chef's kiss of how to maneuver within the system and why people are so upset that those with power have influence and that influence benefits them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to do this to you. I really am. That's not a 2025 thing. It's not a 2015 thing. It's not a 1989 thing. It's a since the beginning of time thing.